because there's all kinds of stuff. Y'all have a bowling team. Did you know that?
Oh my gosh.
Everyone does. Yeah, because you have a bowling alley in your school. This tells you exactly about you, right? Because you're in clubs, right? You're in the Key Club. You're in the Mu Alpha Theta. You know what that is? The Math Club. Thank you. Fellow math smart person. Giddy up. There's sports. You can see who played sports, who didn't. There's a team picture. So even though this guy right here in basketball never got in a day, he's still in there under the basketball section. That's good. But then on page 189, there's something that just shocks me. It's one of my favorite parts of looking at a yearbook. It's the FCA. Okay, you know why that's one of my most fun parts? I go back to my yearbook and I look at the FCA picture and I go, wow, really? That person was in the FCA? I don't think they know what the C is in FCA. Okay? I was shocked because I went to a school, it was a smaller school, it was 4A. There was only about 1,500 students, which is smaller than most Cypress schools. I knew just about all of the 300 people in my graduating class. I knew just about everybody in my school. And I knew them. Okay? I knew them. And when people ask you, hey man, what's Dalton like? What kind of words do you describe yourself? Oh yeah. Do we have enough time? No, I didn't want y'all to participate. I'm sorry, that was hypothetical. I'll ask you when I want a response. I want a response in a second, okay? They say, Jim, what's he like? Everybody has a perception in their mind exactly what you're like. You don't have to look at the yearbook. I don't have to go through and see who was on the bowling team and chess club. Y'all have some card club that plays imaginary cards. Are y'all a part of that? Anybody a part of that? What's that? I don't know what it's called. It's Magic cards? What is Magic Gathering? You cross-reference that with most likely to succeed, right? There you go. Good things are happening right there. I don't look at this. When I wanted to know what my friends were like, I didn't go to my yearbook. I didn't open up the front to see how sweet and how funny and how cute and all those things that you write in yearbooks. Okay? I get to know people. In youth ministry, doing 20 years of youth ministry. I've been hanging around students for 20 years now. I'm old. Not as old as Kelly. You're waiting on it. I had to give it to you. It's too easy of a setup. But I'm old. The saddest thing that I ever hear is when someone walks into church on a Wednesday or a Sunday and they look at you and go, wow, I didn't know you went to church. Well, I didn't know you were a Christian. Man, that is a sad, sad statement. Because when people look at you, they shouldn't have to cross-reference the FCA group to find out if you're a Christian. And let me just give you, everybody listen to me. Even in the back row sleeping, wake up. Because you're at church doesn't make you a Christian. Just like sleeping in the garage doesn't make you a car. You are not a Christian because you attend 7-Eleven or Second Baptist Church. So how, this is my question right here, and I want some feedback. How do people know that you're a Christian? Actions, what else? Because what? Spread God, like pixie dust or LeBron, you spread God. Not to you. Not to you. Little God to you. What else? Lifestyle. What else? Just shout it. Praying for others. I like it. What else? Just shout it out.
What you say.
What you say. The way that you talk. What else? The people you put yourself around. Guys, listen. Hey, stop and listen. Christianity isn't just one thing that you put on your resume of life. Like FCA is. When you're filling out that college application, groups and organizations you're involved in. I'm involved in the Key Club, and I'm involved in this community organization. I'm a part of Second Baptist Church Youth Group, and I'm part of FCA. Those are a list of things that you do, but it's not who you are. If you are a Christian, that is your life. When you're playing sports, you're a Christian athlete. When you're singing, you're a Christian vocalist. When you're at home, you're a Christian son or daughter to your parents. About to step on toes. You're a Christian sibling to your brother or sister. When you are sitting in English tomorrow, just mesmerized at how wonderful your teacher's doing. That's right. It was her, I saw her. You are a Christian student. Christianity infiltrates every aspect of your life. You can't get away from it. It is part of your life. It is your life. And I want you to know how people can figure out that you're a Christian. And it's not wearing a shirt. It's not wearing a bracelet or a cross around your neck. It's not a list of a bunch of don'ts. I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do this. So therefore I must be a Christian. I can tell you that I had a good friend of mine who never drank. Because his dad was an alcoholic. He was recovering, but it made his life miserable when he was a child. So he stayed away from alcohol, not because he was a Christian, but everybody thought, man, he must be a Christian. He didn't drink. It's like the car at garage. Okay? Jesus tells us exactly, guys, we're going to get foundational. 2011 is going to start at 7-Eleven with something that is going to rock your world. Because it's hard. I'm going to tell you something tonight that is tough. But it is foundational that if you call yourself a Christian, and if you're just here for the great music, and because your girlfriend's next to you and you feel pretty cool with your arm around her, and you are cool, okay, well, then that's cool. But if when you look at yourself in the mirror tonight, before you go to bed, you go, you know what? I'm a Christian. And people should know that about me without me wearing a shirt or a cross or a bracelet or go to FCA. This is what Jesus said right here. Revolutionary. Awesome. But this isn't the hard part. This is the easy part. John 13, verses 34 and 35. Jesus says, a new command I give you. Love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, all men will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. He says, this is it. If you want everyone in the world to know that you're a Christian, what do? Love one another. Everybody say, love one another.
Love one another.
Isn't that easy? Love one another. I just got to love one another. That means I have to hug and I have to just be nice to and give to and help. What does that mean, love one another? Jesus was so specific, ladies, so specific that if you want the world, the classmates, the teammates, the neighbors to know that you are a Christian, don't write down a list of 10 don'ts. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to have sex. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to come. Don't write down those. That's not how they know you're a Christian. They know you're a Christian if you love one another. The thing that gets me, though, I don't like these pie in the sky, just love one another. I'm not a touchy-feely type of guy. I'm not one that sits around and just and loves Hallmark movies. Or gets teary-eyed at the commercials where the soldier comes home and the little sister puts the bow on the chest and says, you're my present. Aww. I'm changing the channel going, you make me sick, okay? Open the present, okay? He brought you something. That's just not me. Because you know what? At the end of 2011, it's a real hard thing to look back and go, did I love one another any more than I did in 2010? Because if you're a Christian, you ought to improve. You ought to